Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SCW Time to Eat Gator, being held in Louisiana by Slam City Wrestling. It is being held in front of 179 people at the Voltage Lounge. The show opens up with Atticus Cogar cutting a promo on the Legal Lucha, saying that Melissa got exactly what her ass was coming to her. He said he's glad she's gone. He said he's glad that he skewered her ass. And he said he's been absolutely ruined. Atticus Cogar and Christian wait in the ring for the Legal Lucha to start the show. So Vandal and Legal Lucha storylines have advanced to start the segment. Cogar improvised well and the commentary was great. Angle has gotten the show off to a hot start. 42% overall gate. Alright, and about that, good wrestling action and a decent reaction from the crowd. Vandal, 48, defeats the Legal Lucha when Atticus Cogar pins Zonique with a headlock driver. Cogar was head and shoulders to keep up with everyone else. Oh, Zonic had a 9. What in the world? Zonic with a 9, 23 and 35 for Ogblanc in LA Park. Napier, Cogar, and Cogar went up with a 59, 54, and 81. Commentary was great, but it went on a little bit too long, giving the way with a slow build. That's alright. Atticus Cogar shone in this match. 81, my goodness. Alright, Mike and Cohen after the match discussed the absolute destruction of the Legal Lucha by Atticus Cogar, especially when facing LA Park, who managed to hold his own by himself, but was pinned for trying to help his female compartments. Stay tuned for the big here tonight in Slam City Wrestling, as we have a lot of wrestling tonight. 47. In an extremely short match, Gino Medina defeats Deshaun Pratt, a one-night guy with an 8 defeat. 27 and 46 for Pratt and Medina. The commentary was great. Deshaun Pratt was a little bit rusty, and it's unfortunate because he was on a one-night appearance. But nevertheless, Deshaun Pratt takes a loss to Gino Medina. This is mostly a wrestling-based show, getting back to our indie roots. Alright, next up in a superb match, La Ia de Guadabella defeats Sawyer Wreck, Utami Hashishida, and Zoe Sky alongside Ashley Brown Bros. When La Hija de Guadabella defends Zoe Sky with a Mishi driver, making defense number 18 of her championship. 41, 41, 66, 39, 63 for Ambozi, Reg, Hashishida, Sky, and Guadabella, even though Guadabella seemed a little bit off her game. Alright, next up, Matt Cardona defeated Slex in 10-24 with the Broski boot. 64 and 53 for Cardona and Slex, 65 overall. Next up, we had Mustache Army, that of Alex Zane and Bam Sullivan, the newly formed team, defeat the 420 brothers, Kamek C and Excalibur, alongside Southside OCP, Adam Brooks and Luke Jacobs, when Zane defeats Kamek C with a 630 senton. 45, 53, 41, 58, 55, 65 down the line for the 420 brothers, Bam and Zane and Jacobs and Brooks. Alright, next up, the one called Mander defeats Gotch with a Dr. Bomb, telling a specific story. So a nice hard-hitting action, nice hard-hitting match between Manders and Gotch. 72 overall here. Like I said, mostly wrestling. And about that, fantastic heating, great wrestling. Coughlin and Kid, your champions, defeat Adrenaline Drip of Cappuccino Jones and Jack Cartwheel, when Kid pins Cappuccino Jones with a sick kick revolving around a lot of hot spots. 62, 40, 56, and 45. No tag team championships on the line here because Adrenaline Drip hadn't really earned the opportunity and they weren't brought in with that on mind. But Cappuccino Jones and Cartwheel showed excellent chemistry when teaming together, which is great. And Coughlin and Kid showed the same. 61. So that's a great little find between Cappuccino Jones and Jack Cartwheel here. And in the main event, Gringo Loco defeats AJ Gray, LJ Clary, El Fantasma, and Ace Austin, along with men like DeReese, and a ladder match when Gringo retrieves the ladder El Fantasma was head and shoulders above everyone else. Man like Darius was the weak link. But Gringo Loco has just dethroned his tag team partner El Fantasma via the clutching of the championship. 72, 54, 46, 85, 70, 34. Darius debuted his lyrical gimmick and he got a very good rating. He was off his game. The crowd got the match buzzing. 76 overall. El Fantasmo looks up from the ground as his tag team partner Gringo Loco having claimed the championship held by Fantasmo. Not the exception, but never the result he wanted. So 58 here, and we switched the title between tag team partners with Gringo Loco grabbing the championship over El Fantasmo. All right, we're going to have a 65 rating, which was great. Obviously, the tag team, Lucha, the Liga Lucha was used far too much for their overness. And Clary and Darius were used far too much as well in that tag team championship ladder match. Too long for their overness. But regardless, we're finally able to increase our popularity again, and we did so in 65 regions. Or in 57 regions. We got a 65 overall for SCW's Time to Eat Gator. So until next time, it is very early in the morning, and this is Mike wishing you a glorious rest of your day. And we'll be next with Mississippi Road Drive, followed by Missouri Sinners and the return of Eddie Kingston. Thanks, everyone.